Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.2. So the this game has kind of fallen out of the mainstream news cycle. You know, it was a big deal when it came out because of how buggy it was. But I like to kind of keep up with what they're doing to fix it. And so this might be the major update that makes the game playable for a lot of people. So if you were like Josie and you were holding out waiting for an update that would make this game playable, this might be the one. So let's look over some of these. I'm not going to go over every single update here because there's a ton, but I'll go over some of them. Okay, so let's look at gameplay. Uh, the NCPD spawn radius for when the player commits a crime has been increased. So that was the issue where people were committing a crime and then police were like spawning in the building with you and inside the walls, which was ridiculous. So they've increased the spawn radius. So now when you commit a crime, the police will be more at a further perimeter. Definitely makes sense. New steering sensitivity slider added to control setting allows reducing steering speed for all vehicles on all input devices, particularly useful for keyboard users. Yeah, so the driving system in this game was not well crafted, to say the least. It was very crude. So now they're giving users the option to kind of control the sensitivity, which is great because sometimes I would turn and I would just do like a T-bone right into another car or a wall. Um, adjusted the vehicle steering code to work better. Sorry about this. Um, adjusted the vehicle steering code to work better in a low and extreme high frame rate situations to produce more consistent results, improving steering on base consoles noticeably. Okay, so they're adjusting the performance of steering so that it runs more optimally, so you're going to get less lag. Rocking rotating feature added to all vehicles. Use left stick or A D W S or left shift left control to engage rocking and rotating to stuck beach vehicles to try and free them. So this is a good mechanic. Obviously, if your vehicle flipped, there was nothing really you could do before. Now you have an option to try to roll it over. Minor driving model tune revisions to some vehicles to improve steering. Cure excessive body roll and oversteer. Fix an issue where aiming while under the effect of berserk cyberware moved the crosshair with no input from the player. Adjusted fire rate of the helicopter turret in Love Like Fire. Let's see. So yeah, these are more specific items here. Fix an issue where stacking cooldown reduction over 100% could result in blocking quick hacks. I think I experienced this several times. There were times where I just couldn't do quick hacks and it made no sense. V can no longer use consumables in situations where scene context would not support it. Okay. Clothing vendors now sell items more suitable for the location. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, look at this. This is a huge list of fixes here. These are all gameplay issues. Now let's look at some of the quest ones. Posters in Stadium Love can no longer be destroyed before the contest, which could lead to block progression. They won't go when I go now updates properly if V leaves the studio early. Fixed inability to draw weapons at the poppy farm during the hunt. Fix an issue where using grapple on gang members could break progression in Stadium Love. The pickup no longer gets blocked if Dum Dum dies at the exact same time as the last enemy. The pickup no longer gets blocked if player attacks Maelstrom before entering all foods. Okay, so these are very quest. These are very specific quest bugs that were causing progression issues for players. And so yeah, look at all these. So I would say by and then open world. Uh, yeah. So I would say that because of the scope of this update and all of these fixes here, I mean, look at this. Look at all these UI fixes here. Fix an issue with ads not being properly displayed on curbs. Multiple visual updates and adjustments for ads. Fix multiple visual issues in quest briefings. Updated the Arabic language layout in quest briefings. Updated grenades icons according to their damage type. Fix multiple visual issues with the icons. I had tons of icon issues, especially with clothing, armor, all that. Yeah, so yeah, look at this. Let's go over the stability and performance. Improve stability and performance of the engine and the rendering engine, reducing the number of random crashes. That's a big one because my game randomly crashed at least, I don't even know, 10 times or more. Memory optimizations and memory management improvements in various systems, reducing the number of crashes. So obviously, we had some memory leaks and they reduced that. Various optimizations and improvements in shadows, shaders, physics, work spot system, spawn system, scene system, animation system, occlusion system, and facial animation system. Fix mechanisms for managing UI icons, atlases memory, which helped with memory related crashes, especially during long playthroughs. Multiple UI stability improvements and fixes for the most common UI related crashes. Okay. And then here's some miscellaneous and some PC and console specific and some Stadia specific. So obviously this is huge. This is a massive update. You can tell that their team was working very hard to get this done. They had a lot of pressure on them to make things right, to make the game playable. And I gotta say, if you were waiting to play this game till it was in a playable state, I would say that the scope of this patch might bring the game. It looks like it brings the game to a playable state. So I don't know. I haven't played it yet, but this is massive, and I would encourage anyone who's been holding off. I mean, you might want to give the game a try now if you're still up for it. So, yeah, good on them for fixing all that, and I'd like to see them continue and maybe throw out some free new content for people who actually played the game like me in its worst state and just enjoyed it for what it was. Okay, so that's it for Cyberpunk.